let's consider some interesting things about the World Trade Center cross.
Because on that first day, you'll understand, no sweet sounds were heard anywhere around this place. Weeping, great tears and gnashing of teeth, all those kinds of things you read about in the Bible, they were here on that particular day. And a construction man, crude and probably a little overweight, digging through dirt, all of a sudden finds this little tunnel, manages to poke his head into it, and sees what we believe was a divine answer to prayers that we had been making throughout the time that we were at Ground Zero. And there, this cross is fully extended, melted together with the intense heat. The two beams were never initially part of the same structure. Heat literally melted them together.
You're shitting me, right? I mean, you're standing right in front of it. Take a look at it. Clearly, they're not just welded together. They're part of a structure. Two hunks of extruded steel that have been cut and put together. That's how they were made originally, as part of the structure. There were several of these. There isn't just a World Trade Center cross. There are several cross beams. Even Snopes.com got this wrong. They said that it was a cast iron cross when it's a extruded steel beam formed as a cross, and it didn't get formed in the collapse. The collapse simply knocked bits of pieces away from it, but it was formed this way as a cross beam in the structure of the building. Let's see how Fox handled this story.
As workers searched through the ruins of the World Trade Center, a 20-foot-high section of steel beams shaped like the cross was found. Throughout the recovery effort at Ground Zero, amid grueling conditions and unbearable heartbreak, the cross became a source of hope and faith. Workers began to write on the cross the names of the dead, and weekly masses were held at the cross's base.
This is a cross for all people, not just for Christians, but for all people who gather here to pray in God's love.
This summer, the cross was moved from a nearby Catholic church back to Ground Zero to the 9/11 Memorial Museum. But soon after, the very cross that had given so much comfort to so many had become the focus of a lawsuit.
Damned atheists again. With their lawsuits. I have a better idea. Instead of stopping the cross from going into a museum, let's go back at that photograph we saw earlier. Let's see what else we can find there. See there, over off to the left? Here. Maybe you can see it here. See there? You know what that is? Why, that, of course, is a trident. You know, that's the trident of Shiva. I know you were probably thinking it was the trident of Poseidon or the trident of Neptune or one of those other trident-carrying guys. The other gods whose symbols are in the wreckage of the World Trade Center. Or let's go back and look at that picture again. And there, over to the right, down a little lower, see there? That clearly is the symbol of, that's right, the flying spaghetti monster. Clearly a sign from his postiness.